A little late for the sound check on the PA system.
That's no sound check.
Hello and welcome everyone to Shanghai. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We have a very special presentation of the NBA All-Star Global Tour as the NBA stars play an exhibition match against the Shanghai Bears.
Boy, you can't be anything but in awe of this roster the NBA has put forth. Listen to these names: Curry, LeBron, Harden, Harris. One of the best teams the world has ever seen.
And we hear all the time about super teams in the NBA. Well, this is what a super team looks like.
This should be a fun game for the fans of Chinese basketball, the NBA, and everyone alike. And I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge all the hard work that's been put in to make this exhibition game a reality. Clark, a wonderful event for everyone involved.
It's been a blast for me coming out to China for this tour. I don't know about you guys, but I've loved it. I think everybody can agree it's been a success. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the NBA look to make this a tradition like no other.
Now, here's AI. Passed away. Inside, just 5 on the clock. Good on the shot.
Boy, and the fans here tonight have been fantastic. A full house coming out to see a lot of global icons.
And with players like LeBron, Curry, and Harden, they are huge names worldwide. And for many here in China, this is the only chance to see them in person.
Now, here's AI. Pass to G. Gung. From outside, off the mark. To the middle. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Yep, you know, when you leave somebody open around Harris, he's going to make you pay for it. Good recognition there. Like any exhibition game, I'm a little reserved in my expectations around the effort that either team will put forth. I mean, the NBA stars will probably liken this to competing in the All-Star game, but I certainly hope they don't play like an All-Star game. Let's play some real basketball out here.
LeBron can't get it to go.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Now here's Curry. Pass to James. Shoots over Gung. Misses the fallback J. And Clark, you look at the roster for Shanghai. A few former Americans on it.
Playing overseas is becoming a bit more of a common path for a lot of players. I mean, China in particular has done a good job of making the most of players who just weren't ready for the NBA or were on the tail end of their careers.
Makes it off the glass.
You know, he could have tried to force a shot there, but that's not him. Instead, LeBron keeps his eyes up, finds an open teammate.
Down low, got a piece of it. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Curry can't get it to go. The Bears with the lead. Well, you can't come to China and not talk about the biggest connection the country has with the NBA. And of course, Clark, that is the great Yao Ming.
And you know, there have been a number of players that have played here in the Chinese League and the NBA, but Yao Ming undoubtedly helped build the bridge between China and the U.S. in terms of pro basketball. A great ambassador for the sport.
Now, here's AI. G outside. Back to AI. 6 to shoot. Passed away. Sinks the three-pointer.
Oh, quick thinking there from Wei Li. He's a confident player, comfortable at pulling the trigger off the pass.
And, you know, when you see Curry out in an exhibition like this, you can't help but think about how he has completely changed the way players think about offense. I mean, kids all over the world.
The Stars leading. Lillard surveying the D. Shanghai grabs the miss. Curry, without a doubt, the greatest shooter of all time.
Hard to argue against Curry at this point. I'd go even further and say he's the most impactful shooter with the way he has revolutionized and really changed the game.
Yeah, you know, Lillard is so quick and shifty, just impossible to slow him down on the offensive end.
And Lillard just has that knack for taking over a game with his offense. When he is locked in, he is second to none in his ability to score from inside and beyond.
And the Bears call time here. And we finished one half of basketball. Thank you for joining us on our NBA All-Star Global Tour. It's the second half of our broadcast between the NBA Stars and the Shanghai Bears.
And the NBA Stars did what they do best. But you have to give credit to this Shanghai team now. I mean, they've stayed in it.
And playing in front of their fans has kept the Bears full of energy. You expect the NBA players to turn it on at any point, though.
Another half on the way in what has been a fantastic exhibition so far.
You know, it's a great treat to see LeBron James here in this exhibition. I mean, he's one of the biggest stars to ever play and going stronger than ever at this late stage in his career right now.
Oh, goodness. Where did that come from? Oh, that was beautiful.
What a punch.
Greg, a lot of groups came together for this NBA Stars exhibition. It's all about establishing a bigger connection to China.
Yeah, and it's no secret. China loves the NBA, and the NBA makes sure to reciprocate with events like this one. It's a two-way street and really great for the game overall.
It's backed away. Rejected by Harris.
Well, you've got to be aware of where Harris is because his timing is so good as a shot blocker.
The drive by James.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Here's AI. The turnaround jumper. Count it.
Well, on some levels, it seems almost unfair for any team to have to try to compete against this roster of NBA stars. But tell you what, you've got to like what you've seen from this Shanghai side. I mean, they know how to work together, and they've got great chemistry.
And there's the foul. It'll go on AI. That is his first foul of the game. Harden outside. Three-pointer. G grabs the board. And as to why the Shanghai Bears were selected to go up against this NBA All-Star group, they are one of the better teams in the Chinese league.
Yeah, you know, I'm still not sure why it wasn't the stars of the Chinese league against the stars from the NBA. Seems like an obvious choice to me, but kudos to the Bears for taking on the challenge.
And, you know, the level of play we've seen from Harden guys the last few seasons, absolutely incredible. I mean, arguably should have won the NBA MVP awards multiple times, but he won it last season with another incredible year.
Towns with the steal. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. Here's Harden. And two free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
He's almost obsessed with drawing contact, and Harden has an endless number of ways to get to the line.
And Clark with Harden, the growth we've seen from him the last 2 years has been terrific. Greg, he's an all-around player now.
Yeah, I mean, Harden has shown he is more than just a scorer. His assists and rebounds make him one of the best guards to ever play the game. He is simply dominant, and it's easy to see why he's the MVP.
AI guarded by Kirk. Pass to Meng. He tries for three. Basket is good. The assist from AI.
And this speaks to the intelligence of AI, realizing when one of his guys is wide open and finding him in rhythm.
George. And it's good from the elbow. Well, Paul George, a great all-around player. Greg, one of the most sought-after players recently, and it's easy to see why with his play.
Yeah, George is one of the best two-way players in the game. And last season, we saw what he could do with his incredible defensive play all season long. Very few in the league can change the game like George can.
And he gets the bucket.
No excuse playing off AI like that. He's a threat to shoot as soon as he touches it.
To Curry. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And he banks in the layup.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in them.
Harden with it. 8 points for him. A floater, and the layup is up and in.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
And for AI, he was a player, Greg, who was strong in college, entered the draft, but couldn't find a team to take the risk picking him.
Yeah, and him not getting drafted might have been a case of AI getting misinformation about where he was slated to be picked. He'll have his chance to show what he can do versus NBA talent here tonight.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to Gong. AI. 5 to shoot. The Bears with another miss.
Tell you what, Kevin, they will take that look every time. Limited defense, great shot. Just came up empty. You live with those.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much. And there may not be a lot. Drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened.
Well, you look out there, a little bit of a reunion going on the floor. I mean, fans will remember that both Harris and AI played together in college for a season.
And Clark, thinking back to it, Harris and AI showed some solid chemistry in their time together, Greg, at the college level.
Yeah, and that team ultimately came up short in Harris's final year, but you look back at the talent they had, and I would say they accomplished their goals. Harris was the star, and AI was a terrific sidekick.
Here's Harris. Here's Porzingis, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more. You know, seeing AI in action for the first time in a while here, it's clear he's worked on his game, showing a lot of poise going up against this team of NBA stars.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Gong. That's his first foul.
这是他的第一次个人犯规，替补入场。
Here's Lillard. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And Clark, as you said, AI certainly putting in work for Shanghai.
Well, he's had a game where it might be time for an NBA team to give him a second look. I know it's just one game, but he looks vastly improved since his time in college.
Clock at 6. Pass to AI. Bangs home the trifecta.
And the three-point shot, so critical nowadays. Good seeing AI using his time in China to work on that facet of his game.
LeBron with it. Porzingis inside. He's covered by G. Porzingis can't hit.
You know, guys, if you talk to fans of the Chinese league, they'll tell you that Wei is one of the better players. I mean, he's smart, and he's a guy who can do a lot of damage at the offensive end.
LeBron James on the wing. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Gong. And as you said, Wei, one of the better players in the Chinese league.
And you can tell that a lot of fans are hoping Wei can hold his own against these NBA stars. It would mean a great deal for just how far the league here in China has come.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
And maybe the most storied high school player ever. It's amazing to think that LeBron's exceeded expectations at the pro level.
And one of the standout players to keep an eye on for this Shanghai team is Wei Li, very talented guard. He could draw some interest from NBA teams.
Shot from 16. Sheng pulls it in.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the board.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
Timeout called the Bears. Even though it's an exhibition game, a good performance for Wei Li or guys, anyone, could lead to an NBA team bringing them in for a look.
And if I were going to guess on anyone,
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. To the inside, and Xingxin with the block.
Nice block that time from Sheng right there, boy. I tell you what, his timing, really superb.
Here's Wei. Misses off the left iron.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right, they're happy with that shot. Well, you want to see the epitome of a completely unguardable player? Look up the Greek Freak. I mean, we've seen him take the next step to become a perennial MVP candidate. This guy is special.
The Bears with another miss.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot.
Ooh.
That's how you attack.
Wow. Oh, man. my. An excellent penetrator. Harris is a guy you don't want to give any lanes to the rim.
There's AI with a 3. Corey Harris with the defensive effort. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Here's James, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to go on Wei Li.
Yeah, I mean, the size, the speed, the instincts. A lot of people claim that LeBron gets fouled on almost every play.
The Stars making a switch here. Both free throws good from James. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. AI right side to the right side. Pass to Meng. AI guarded by Harden. Drops in the tray.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
Poked away. Shing with the steal. To the paint. Basket is good. The assist from AI.
And guys, you got to ask, where was this effort when it mattered? The game's over now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, frustrating to say the least. I mean, don't even know why they're trying anymore. This one is a wrap.
And Clark, Ben Simmons, the incredible playmaker. He can put on a show with the talent he's just surrounded with.
This is the type of setting where you really see how talented Simmons is with the ball in his hands. The vision he has to go along with the size. He finds cutters in an uncanny fashion. He's got to feel like a kid in a candy store.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You know, give him credit for still battling here down the stretch, but I think it's too little too late.
Simply delaying the inevitable here, Greg. I mean, at this point, even if they miss the free throws, there's not enough time left.
He hits the second from the line.
And it's clear, easy to see that Simmons is a unique talent. I mean, 6'10" as a point guard who's drawn some comparisons to LeBron James. The passing ability, certainly similar.
There's AI with a three. Now it seemed inevitable that the NBA stars had as they come out on top over Shanghai.
Credit to the Shanghai team, guys, for making this.
Really did your thing tonight.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yo, Corey. I gotta admit, we didn't expect it, but you guys got a lot of real talent on this team across the board.
Hey, I told you I was gonna put on a show, huh?
Hey, Shanghai's a real good spot for you to land, man. The details, I was almost there. It's close.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. It's just encouragement. I didn't mean it.
Man, I played my guts out there tonight, man. I earned. Man, I knew that you would do this. Every single time. It's like you can't even let me have one, can you? Hey, Zane, come.
Listen. Okay, you got me. Okay, fair enough.
Zay.
No one likes to be showing up.
退后，我们稍后在记者会时回答各位的问题。退后好吗？谢谢。
It's your time. Hey, you need me to stick around, handle some of these guys for you? I'll give you your due.
All right, cool. Let's do it. Zang, this is Corey.
What's up, man?
You know, hey, let them know we'll take some questions together. Zang will make sure you don't make a fool of yourself.
You must pay well.
Not enough.
Okay, let's get started, huh?
现在开放问题。
What's the first question?
Hey. What area is that?
Yeah, not sure to tell you the truth.
That building. It's the what's it called? I'm forgetting. It's
Man, I really don't know. You know, I never checked it out.
Hey, have you taken a trip up the river?
Sorry, I don't know what it's called either.
And
I'm
the PR
sorry.
lady told us. Wang Po. Does that sound familiar?
It sounds Chinese if that's what you're asking.
You don't get out much, do you?
I mean, you know, I wake up, go to practice, I'm home. I mean, it can't be that much different than you, right?
Oh, me? No, man. I get cabin fever all the time. Sometimes I just gotta take a day and go to the beach.
Boom.
No way. It's a classic 2K.
Yup.
Can't believe they still have
Yeah,
this.
man, it's the only one in town. Yo, you remember we used to play your brother's copy in the dorm? Because everyone was too cheap to buy the new console?
How could I forget? I remember back then that was the one game I let you win on.
Oh, see, I know what you're trying to do, but it's not gonna work.
All the tournaments that I won,
All right, one game, let's get it.
that's all I need.
Boston, 2K Sports presents the NBA. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets and the Boston Celtics. Good evening, everyone. With Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And Clark, tonight's game featuring two of the best defensive teams in the league.
Exactly, Kevin. The Rockets with length on the wings and the great wall. Yao Ming guarding the rim. They get it done defensively.
But the story of the season has been the new big three here in Boston. And with the big ticket, Kevin Garnett patrolling the middle, their defense has improved dramatically.
Star talent, great coaching on both sides, GA. Should be fun to watch.
And what a difference a year makes. This time last season, the Celtics had just a 10-19 record, bottom four in the East. This season, 26-3, best in the league.
And the starting lineups for the Rockets, Bobby Jackson and Tracy McGrady in the backcourt, Shane Battier and Luis Scola, the forwards, and the big man in the middle, Yao Ming. And the Celtics, second-year guard Rajon Rondo at the point alongside Ray Allen. Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett at the forwards. And Leon Poe will hold down the center. And a new-look roster, Clark, for the Celtics. The big trades of the draft for All-Stars, Ray Allen and Kevin Garnett. It has come together quickly for them.
Boy, it sure has, Kevin. I mean, they really hit the ground running. And quite honestly, I think it's one of the most dramatic turnarounds you'll ever see.
And they bring a lot of leadership, too, don't they, these two guys?
Yeah, not only talent and experience, but you're right. These are guys that know what it takes to win at a high level.
And the Rockets coming off a 17-point loss on their home floor to the We Believe Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, Kevin, the Warriors outshot them and outboarded them. And the Rockets will have to do a ton better tonight if they want to get a W.
Battier's shot good. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Outside Pierce. And Shane Battier gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Garnett outside. Allen passes to Rondo. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the first one at the line is good.
And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Jackson against Rondo. Here's Yao. Misses from close range.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of...
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Rockets lead by 2. We'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Grinding away down low, man. Just filing them down. Love the bully ball method. Paying off well.
And Clark, you look at the Rockets, obviously McGrady and Yao Ming are the focal points, but do they have enough around them to contend for an NBA title?
You know what, Kevin? I think they're deep enough. You know, they've got smart veteran role players, intriguing young ballers, but Yao and T-Mac have certainly got to lead the way.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Houston, they've got Jackson. He's out there with Shane Battier, and it's Mutombo, and it's McGrady in at the 2. Inside, stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Nice shot by Posey.
And well for the Rockets, 2 superstar talents in Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming. When healthy, they've shown they can play with anybody.
Now, here is McGrady, and the turnover again by Houston.
He just threw that possession away. Hopefully, he learns from that and doesn't make the same mistake again.
Allen's checked in for the Celtics. Carl Landry's checked in for Houston. Head comes in for Jackson. Here's Rondo. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Rondo's got 6.
If he's one thing, he's efficient in the paint. Rondo really good with the positioning there close to the basket.
near his head. He's covered by Rondo. On the wing, Battier. 5 on the clock. Over Posey. Poe grabs the miss. An even 3-on-3 break. Posey dishes to Rondo, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Shane Battier.
And you got to be careful guarding Rondo. Really good at just toying with defenders with that pump fake.
Battier for 3. An amazing shot, just barely beat. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Rajon Rondo with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And when everyone's keying on you, you have a choice. Become passive or just work that much harder. He consistently chooses the latter.
And, you know, Greg, that's the kind of effort you see from great players. I mean, the will. Just unrelenting will, not backing down.
An uneven start to this season for the Rockets. So far, a losing record. They have struggled to live up to expectations.
Perkins is out there with Garnett. Then it's Pierce. Then there's Allen. And it's Rondo in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. 1:25 left here in the third quarter. It's rebounded by Hayes. You know, Clark, last season, the Rockets arguably one of the 5 best teams in the NBA, but they didn't make it out of the first round.
Yeah, they came close, Kevin. A tough defeat in Game 7 by the Jazz. The Rockets haven't made it out of the first round in over a decade, though. That's a pretty long drought.
It is indeed.
And Rick Adelman taking over as head coach for the Rockets this season. Before this, 8 years in Sacramento, had a great team there as well.
Now here's Pierce. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. P.J. Brown's checked in for the Celtics. Cassell comes in for Rajon Rondo. There's 49 seconds left in the third. Shot clock at 6. It's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. All going up court. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
James Posey's checked in for Boston.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Brooks against Cassell. Outside, Pierce shoots the 3, and the 3 ball is good. Pierce has got the lead up to 3 now for the Celtics.
Yeah, and how about Pierce there? Immediately squares himself up from outside, always prepared to rise and fire.
Man, what a big turnaround for the Celtics defensively. Is it as simple as adding Kevin Garnett, or is there more to it?
Rondo, the head of the snake, coming into his own. Vets like Tony Allen and Kendrick Perkins, also difference makers defensively. Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
3 quarters of play. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Steve Novak is out there with Carl Landry. Then there's Yao. Then it's Brooks, and it's Francis in at the 2. Celtics leading by 3. Posey passes to Brown, and the dunk by Brown.
Terrific timing on that pass, placing it in a great spot, ideal spot where his teammate could score.
And just amazing to see the turnaround here in Boston with the big 3. A franchise with a tremendous history. How about a league-leading 16 championships? This roster might have a chance to deliver even more hard work. And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Allen's shot is off. Rockets trail by 3, and coming off a 2-year playoff drought, the Celtics trades this summer, transformative, Clark, to say the least.
Yeah, you got that right, partner. I mean, all of a sudden, a team now with 3 potential Hall of Famers. That makes them a legit contender.
That's a lot of star power on one team, isn't it?
Yeah, and it usually takes multiple all-star caliber players to contend for championship.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're leading by 1. And 1:01 left in the fourth quarter. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Perkins is checked in for Brown. Garnett comes in for James Posey. Allen's checked in for Allen. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Cassell.
You know, a 2-game homestand here for the Celtics, coming off a road trip where they won all 4, bookending the trip with big wins in Sacramento and L.A.
And the Lakers, a great team in their own right. The Celtics beat them by 19 points, and they're just in a heck of a groove.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Celtics. They lead by 1. Here's Garnett. Sinks it.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing them deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
There's Jackson with the 3. Here's Landry. Another shot. Garnett with the block.
And not forget about the defense of Garnett now. Outstanding at knowing when to time his leap to block the shot.
Chuck Hayes, he's checked in for Carl Landry. To the paint. Here's McGrady. It's in! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet. And that's an intentional foul.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? You know, a few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
Timeout called, the Rockets. They trail by 3. 15 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Exactly. You're right on top of it, Greg. No need to chuck up a 3. Just be smart and get a quality shot.
Can't get the 3 to fall. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And the second of 2 is good. That gives them a 4-point cushion. Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 4. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Is what's your take?
And I'm sure the coach is telling them it ain't over till it's over. But I don't know.
Well, it's not looking good for them. We both can agree to that, can't we? I mean, it's got to be a quick bucket, a quick foul, and see what happens after that.
3 from the inbound. No good there. And the Boston Celtics extend their winning streak to 7.
Yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
It is. Actually. Yo, this is insane.
你的技术平稳进步。
Oh, yeah. Hey, this is weird, but I was just so excited to see signs written in English. LA, baby. I have arrived. Woo! Oh, by the way,
Hey, AI.
oh, hey.
Glad I found you. How's it going there? Just wrapping up in there.
Oh, yeah, it's great, man. Hey, looking, I'm sorry.
this is how this is gonna go, man, I don't even want to have the conversation.
You know?
AI, my man.
Are you AI?
Man, that's awesome. You a legend. I patted.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
The bus. Don't even waste space. The food, you already know. We have one of the toughest schedules in the league.
Yeah? See, because I'm just... Oh, man. You know, I studied you two coming up, and I'm not falling into your little middle school head games.
Ha!
That's all you got?
Ha! You hear that, ATM? Looks like we got ourselves our very own Zen master right here.
Yeah, real future coach in the making. You better watch out, Jack, before he starts mesmerizing you with talks about Buddha's wet jumper.
Gonna be a short stay in the league for your little man, Tatum. His skin's as thin as paper.
Look, enough talk.
Welcome, everyone, to another game of Mad Ants basketball. I'm Blake Zuniga alongside Tim Swartz and Brian Vanafitemi. We have a great game in store for you tonight.
Well, I know Mad Ants fans have been waiting for this game as AI, the viral dunk legend, has made his way here via trade. Tonight is his debut, and it'll be a fun one.
And as fun as it will be for the Mad Ants to see what AI can do, they'll have their hands full with Ellis and ATM, the pair they call Smoke and Mirrors.
Great nickname and a lot to watch for here in this great matchup. Well, we know that AI came over via trade. Officially, it was for cash considerations, but the rumors say it was something more specific.
Less of cash considerations and more of roast beef recompense. What I'm getting at is that he was traded for sandwiches. Not a high point for him, but I'm sure he'll look back at some point and laugh at it all, one would hope.
Well, he should be using it as, you know, a means of motivation, Tim.
Well, if AI is a name that sounds familiar, it is because he had a dunk that went viral not too long ago. A couple of showstoppers that occurred in an exhibition game against the NBA All-Stars. It was the biggest thing on the web.
He did double duty right there. Influenced the shot and cleaned the glass.
Randolph, stolen by Jones. Jackson Ellis got space. Rebounded by the Mad Ants. AI, he's guarded by Ellis. Outside Young, shoots over Jones. Again, Fort Wayne. Not too much to be said about Young, other than he's a standout player.
Has an edge to him on and off the court. He can be described as curt at times, but hopefully he's just a player focused on improving his game.
Now here's Middleton. Shot clock at 6. And Connor Trigg with the block.
NBA coaches, they just love to get defense out of the 5 spot. And seeing that block, it looks like Trigg can do that.
He did so well to lead his teammate right to the ideal spot.
Here's Ellis. And he'll let you know it, but Jackson Ellis is as talented as anybody in this league.
Well, Blake, confidence has never been a problem for Ellis. Even before he was teamed up with ATM, he was regarded as one of the future names in the league.
Now here's AI. Pass to Trigg. Here's Randolph. AI. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Nice mechanics on the shot. AI is very gifted at cashing in from these in-between areas.
Now here's Middleton. Right side Jones. Back to Middleton from deep. Rebounded by Trigg. The Mad Ants leading.
A long-time fans of the team know Coach Keller, he's very fair to his players.
Yeah, and he preaches 3 things, Tim. Discipline, control, and respect. Seems a bit of an old-school approach nowadays, but it's a hit with the team and the fans of the Mad Ants.
And we just love Coach Keller. He's great.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Now here's Indra. Oh, draws the hard foul, and he'll head to the line. It goes on Lou Grace. And he knocks down the first one. Well, so much of this offense is based on smoke and mirrors. And if you can stop them, you slow up the whole team.
Yeah, but that's a lot easier said than done. ATM and Ellis have found success by going with what works for them. And if you take away one option from them, they're just going to find another way to hurt you.
And that one's good. Carter.
A tremendous first quarter shooting the basketball.
Yeah, just some really impressive scoring. Everything seems to be going in.
Reminds me of somebody.
Me?
No, me.
Now here's Indra. Down low. Zadirko can't hit.
Well, he's a player that just does not excel at fighting through contact on his way to the rim.
Well, you talk to anybody on the Mad Ants, and they'll have a story to tell you about Howie Carter.
Carter is very well liked on the team and brings a good amount of balance to the locker room. Very outgoing player who helps the team bond. He'll be very disappointed in himself. That's one you expect to make.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses, and he'll shoot 2. And the foul called on the Fort Wayne Mad Ants.
And AI, the newest member of the Mad Ants, he was a player they went out of their way to get. Coach Keller sees a great deal of potential in this young man.
Now here's AI. To the middle. Tipped. And stolen by Schrader. Now here's Bishop. Defense is right there. Ellis. Score the basket. His third after 5 shots. As you said, Coach Keller specifically thought AI has exactly what the team was missing and was very vocal about acquiring his talents for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and it's easy to see what Keller sees in AI as far as what the team is missing. AI plays with a lot of energy and has the potential to take this team over the top. Smart move by the Mad Ants and Coach Keller to fight for his acquisition. A fight worth fighting for?
Definitely.
And ATM actually played his way into the league by performing well at street ball events.
And it didn't happen immediately for ATM. Took some tries before he was finally able to break through and get a chance, but he's made the most of it.
And you really got to respect ATM for the work that he's put in.
Now here's AI. He has 6. Pass to Tatum. Back to AI. 6 to shoot. The three-pointer off the mark.
Well, you watch Ellis play, and it is clear that he is a very tricky player on the floor.
Every move he makes, he does with precision and purpose. I mean, sometimes it seems like he's winging it out there, but he knows exactly what he's doing with the ball at all times.
You just gotta love watching Ellis play.
Now here's AI. Outside Grace. Young. Drains it from downtown.
Such precision off the pass. Love seeing Young be decisive when he gets the ball.
Here's Ellis, using his post moves to get the 2 points. Well, if you recognize Jackson Ellis, there's a reason. He spent some time in the NBA before coming here to work his way back.
And Ellis is a guy who has his hands in everything. I think he's worth it. Shoe rep in the past. Just a guy who is always around the game of basketball one way or another.
Now here's Ellis. He's got 10. Sheldon Middleton for 3. And it's Marcus Young with the rebound.
Not able to find it here in the second after that one he had earlier.
Poked away and stolen by AI. Sheldon Middleton grabs the board. The 19-foot shot. And so it's tied as we head. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half to get underway. A fantastic game from Ellis in this one.
He's a dynamic scorer. Guys, that much we know, and his talent was on full display in that first half.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. There might not be one.
Well, you know that this offense is going to lean heavily on the smoke and mirrors pick and roll.
And even though they do it with some flat, credit Ellis and ATM for being very refined in how well they can execute the two-man game. And the wisdom and guidance Tatum offers, it's just tremendous. An experienced guy who serves as a mentor to his teammates.
Now here's Ellis. Pass to Schrader, and here is Jones. Outside Middleton. From past the arc, here's Ellis. It's hauled in by AI.
And Brian, really, what a whirlwind past few days it must have been for AI.
Comes in from China, gets his bearings in LA, and is immediately traded over to Fort Wayne. Hard for any player to be at their best after going through so many changes in such a short span.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
AI, he has something that not a lot of other players this level have. The level of experience for playing overseas, taking a different style of play from his time in China. I think that'll help him make the jump and make him more versatile when he gets to the NBA.
Now here's Middleton. He has 7. Pass to Schrader. Ellis. Greensboro again missing. And the one knock on Young. As talented as he is, he seems to get wrapped up in his own numbers.
He could be so much better than he is if he didn't worry about how many points he was putting up. Hopefully that is something he matures out of.
The Swarm trailing. And they could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Yeah, too many empty possessions. I mean, it's simple. They need points.
And finished off by Jeff Schrader. Raider.
Good at realizing when his teammates are open. Ellis showing he's willing to give it up.
Now the Mad Ants with it. They've only allowed 2 points so far in the second half. A nice shot by Trigg.
Off to a hot start this half. That's 4 straight big buckets.
Greensboro calls timeout.
He wants to get everybody on the same page out there and maybe change some things up as well.
Yeah, that's probably a good timeout. You might as well.
Well, the G League the last few years has increased the competitive level. Fair to say?
Oh, absolutely fair to say. Look, the NBA has been investing more and more into making the G League a true stepping stone for players who are on the verge of being NBA caliber, but they're just not quite there yet.
Peyton, Trigg defending. Peyton no good.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass.
It certainly wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's AI outside. That shot missing. Now White. To the paint. Tipped. And stolen by Calderon. The long three. The shot misses. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Welcome back. Fourth quarter of action starting up in what has been a one-side show. And the Mad Ants with possession. A 17-point lead, and it's their biggest.
Well, if you haven't read up on AI, the newest Mad Ant, he's been playing over in China prior to this. He was apparently putting up some decent numbers for the Shanghai Bears when he was noticed by the scouts.
Middleton, defended by Madison. Bishop outside. Outside Middleton. Just 5 on the clock. Ellis up top. Schrader. Nice D from Connor Trigg.
His finishing ability, it leaves a lot to be desired. He needs to take it to the hoop with conviction.
Connects from three-point range.
Well, it's no secret that Marcus Young has his sights set on a larger stage. He'll tell anyone willing to listen that he wants to be in the NBA, and to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if he got there sooner rather than later.
Outside Middleton.
So this is a guy who doesn't let up. Every chance he gets, Middleton's going to put his defender in an awkward spot.
He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone now. Now here's AI. He's guarded by Ellis. Pass to AI. Fires the three. And the Mad Ants another three. And as you said, Young clearly has aspirations beyond the G League.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, for Young, a lot of it is just learning how to work well within a system. The talent is there for sure, but he still needs to be more aware of what it takes to be successful with a group, not just on his own.
Oh, we know what the Swarm offense is all about, smoke and mirrors. Ellis and Middleton are the engine for this team.
Add another field goal to his total, makes it 7 for 14, and quick math says that's 50%. And the Swarm call time here. And for the last few seasons, smoke and mirrors have been a terror in the G League.
Both ATM and Ellis compete with cutthroat attitudes. I love to see that. With their skill and aggression, they are a huge problem for opposing defenses, and they aren't an easy matchup for anyone in the G League with how they can score and create.
Probably the best tandem we have in the G League right now. Jones, no good. And they're making this a runaway.
Yeah, the only question here for us to follow is how big the lead will eventually become.
AI, he's guarded by Ellis. High post, Connor Trigg. 5 to shoot, inside. Young. Misses the three.
Beyond the catchy name of Smoke and Mirrors, both Ellis and ATM are known trash talkers.
Yeah, they will get in your face and let you have it if you can't slow them down. Part of dealing with the duo is just putting up with all the trash they're going to send your way.
And that's part of what makes him so good. Great job to angle his body and shield the big man from the ball on his way to the basket.
And you've got to know how to finish like that if you're going to take it down there into big fella territory.
And the Mad Ants call time here. One item that stood out is their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it's tough to defend.
Tatum. AI outside. The Mad Ants with another miss. Ellis with it. Pass to Middleton. Gaines. Now Ellis, guarded by Young. 14 feet out. Again, the miss by the Swarm. And they're in complete control.
Everything they're doing, it's been working out. Wow.
Over to the left wing. Here's AI. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
No excuse playing off of AI like this. He's a threat to shoot as soon as he gets the rock.
To the inside. And the jam by Bradley Jones.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Yeah, signature move.
And he does it as well as anyone. I mean, just tremendous skill in the air.
Now here's Randolph. He's guarded by Ellis. Greensboro with the ball, trailing by 19. Here's Gaines, guarded by Young. Pass to Jones. Middleton. And slam dunk by Sheldon Middleton. Well, most know Sheldon Middleton as ATM, and he prefers it that way.
He tried explaining the self-proclaimed nickname to me once. Something about needing money? I'm not really sure. To be honest, I have no idea why.
And it's a win for the Mad Ants in the date.
And you could just tell that.
Screen, man. Move it.
Give me a second.
Think you own the court? You think you own this locker room now?
Nah, but I think I just scored more points than you tonight. And I think I'm gonna do the same thing tomorrow night, and the next, and the next.
That's how it is?
Whoa,
huh?
whoa, whoa.
That's what you think?
Hey, whoa, guys!
Is that what you think is gonna happen?
Hey,
huh?
it's okay, man, it's okay. I'm just trying to get under Marcus's skin. And it's working.
Two breaded pork tenderloins.
Thanks, Joe.
On the house, Paul.
Thanks, buddy.
What is this?
Breaded pork tenderloin? Come on, bro. Do I still think about it?
Ball's in. 2. Check it. Go. Ball slide.
Barbecue chicken alert.
1 to 4. Check it. We go. Ball slide.
Ah!
1-6. Check balls in. 6 to 1. 1-6. 1-7. Check up. Balls in. 1-8. Here we go. Check. Balls live. 1 to 9. Nine good. Here we go. Balls live. 9-3. Here we go. Balls live. 9-4. Here we go. Balls live. Hey, that's out. You take it up top. Check up. Here we go. Balls live. 4-9.
Chicken alert.
5-10. Jack, go. Ball fired.
Really need to be there the whole time? Oh, this is so bogus. We already have 3 road games coming up now.